Very good evening and a warm welcome to NTV Sport Nights, this third day of November 2025. How are you all doing? Happy new month. I hope you had a great and fantastic start to the week. Thank you so much for making the time every other Monday from 10 all the way to midnight and joining us as we speak about what is happening in the world of sport, both locally and internationally. My name is Gestin, super excited to have your company every other Monday. And talking about sport, there is so much. Sport is a gift that keeps giving, so there is so much. There will always be so much that is happening, and as a matter of fact, we are not even able to fix it all in this 1 hour and 45 minutes that we do have. So what we do, we get to pick out what we think are the biggest or relevant topics at a time, and then we try and capture everything else in a segment called the Nightlight. So look out for that as well. And speaking about picking up what we think are the biggest topics, today is the day there when the FIFA Under-17 World Cup starts in Qatar. As the show does go by, or as I introduce the panelists, you will notice that NTV Sport Nights, being the big show that it is, courtesy of Guinness and Plascon, we have one of our very own who is in Qatar to cover that tournament live. He will be joining us online, and I will be telling you who that is in just a bit. But much later, we'll bring it back home and speak about the Uganda Premier League. Action is still happening. And on that note, match day 6 will be starting on Wednesday. But most importantly, for the sake of tonight, we'll be speaking about basketball, the National Basketball League finals, with keen focus on the women's finals that did come to an end. And we all know the champions, the JKL Lady Dolphins, winning their 5th championship. And talking about that, the trophy is in the house. Helena, Karim, and the entire team. Come on. We need to show people that the trophy is here. I don't know why it's your time hasn't come yet, Andrew. Hold it. We'll get to you in a minute. I don't know why it's way far. I think it needs to be a bit closer. This is the closest I can come to a trophy, really. But there you have it. The newly, freshly won trophy by the JKL Lady Dolphins is in the house. And we also have a guest, a champion. So that's something to look out for. Super interesting conversation that will be coming your way in just a bit. Much later, Champions League football returns, so we'll be delving into that and focusing on what we think are the biggest fixtures when it does come to the Champions League that will be returning tomorrow. But our poll questions are up on our social media platforms. We have 3 of those. The first one, we are asking, how far do you think the Uganda Cubs can go at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup that starts in Qatar today? The second one is about our guest and her team, the JKL Lady Dolphins, and we are asking 5th title in 6 years. Okay, there you have it on your screen. 5th title in 6 years. What do you think is the reason behind JKL's dominance in the National Basketball League? The third one is still about the National Basketball League finals, this one on the men's game. And we are asking, can the 10-time champions force a Game 7? Or will the Nam Blazers reign supreme come Wednesday? So all those questions are already up on our social media platforms, and we would love for you to head over there and share your thoughts using the hashtag NTV Sport Nights. And as usual, as the show does go by, we definitely will be tapping into that feedback and so much more. To the panel now, Emanzi Ndiamhachi. Good evening. Welcome to the show tonight.
Good evening, Justin. I'm glad to be here.
Of course, you have to be glad because clearly
protecting the
game. You don't just
I'm protecting the gains.
No.
Or else I'm going to put it this side. Andrew, good evening. Welcome to
Good evening, Justin. Looking good.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the Mchiga in me almost came out. But anyway, someone is joining us online. Karim, do we have the Globetrotter yet? The man we did send to Qatar. Okay, I am told he's still settling, knowing the person that we are dealing with. He's up and about.
We gave him a lot of money.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Now that's the problem. That's why he's not settled yet. But we'll be clinched will be joining us in just a bit. He will be joining us live from Qatar, where he will be covering the FIFA Under-17 Tournament World Cup that kicks off today. We'll be speaking the Uganda Cubs. He will be telling us the mood in camp. He's heard from the head coach, Brand Senyondo. We'll have all that and so much more in just a bit. Gentlemen, your starters this week. Emanzi, I'll start with you.
My starter is from the sport of rugby. The Uganda Cup is taking place, and the action was on at I don't know if it is still Legends, the Kampala Rugby Club, formerly Legends. It now looks deserted, by the way. The bar is no more, and it's just about the Cobbs family that was hosting Buffaloes, organizing themselves, finding a few drinks here and there, and yeah, you know, not the usual rugby experience that you expect when you go to Chadon, say, or Kings Park. But that's a game between Cobbs taking on Buffaloes, and they had to leave it late. A late Kemisi penalty, managing to give Cobbs an 18-16 win. That is their third win of the campaign, and it's a Uganda Cup season that has been pretty much low-key when you look at the attention that the National Sevens series had. You look at what happens when the league is happening. We've not seen that sort of excitement with the Uganda Cup, and yeah, of course they missed last season. It didn't happen last year, so it is the first time that it is coming back. But I think that largely you look at how Cobbs struggled to beat Buffaloes on the day, and it goes back to the struggles that they have, playing very well in the first half, dominating possession, and just failing to score points or put points on the board, because the first half ended 3-3, and eventually the Buffaloes were able to score, led for the largest part of the second half, until that late penalty by Kemisi that won it 18-16 for Cobbs. And that was a game at Legends. At Chadondo, you had Heathens beating Victoria Sharks 35-17. In Fort Porto, Tyrants losing to Chambogo, and then Pirates demolishing the Walukuba Barbarians 98-10 at Kings Park. Walukuba, we had them not so long ago after winning the Sevens. After winning the Sevens, we had them here, but I think it's deliberate for them. They've pulled their strongest players out of the team, and using, you would say, fresh players that they expect to be part of the senior team when the league starts. So it was pretty expected that Pirates would batter them. They were not able to travel to Kavale the other weekend because of finances. Yeah, so you would say the loss might look big, but it was expected because
but what of that?
Do not have
is that a typo in the women results?
No.
100-0.
No, it's not a typo.
So it's a correct score.
It's a correct score. But yeah, that's the action that is happening in the Uganda Cup, and it continues this coming weekend.
All right, thank you, Emanzi. Andrew, you started this week?
Too many international events, national teams traveling. We have the Cranes starting their AFCON 2025 campaign in December or next month. And we are in a group that includes Nigeria, Tunisia, and Tanzania. You know what that means. Now, Uganda open up against Tunisia on 21st, then 23rd. Then 27th, Tanzania, and the final group game is against Nigeria. Now, in the run-up to this, we've been talking about the status of Coach Paul Putt's contract. Up to now, there's no official communication from FUFA, but there's something more interesting and encouraging. He's given an interview to CAF, and in that interview he's forward-looking. He's talking about the group and what the team needs to do. He's counting on the priorities are discipline, and of course gelling in with his senior players and the youth. And he says he's not worried about, he respects all those guys, but he thinks they can put up a fight. And when Paul Putt says that, you believe, because he has quite some experience at AFCON. We all remember him for 2013 when he took Burkina Faso to the final. Yeah, so that's, at least it looks like FUFA and the coach have sorted things internally, because there was an option of a renewal. Of the real contract 2 years ended yesterday, so that renewal is not communicated yet, but at least from the official communication, because by the time it speaks to CAF website, it's official. So you just have to think that that has happened. So the team will have 2 friendlies this month, sometime this month. Not confirmed in terms of who they are playing, not confirmed yet from FUFA, but at least I have reports from Morocco that the Cranes are one of the teams they're going to face in a friendly. And I think for me, if that's true, it's quite formidable competition to prepare them for that. And then there'll also, of course, be a camp in Kampala before the team travels. First time at AFCON since 2019 in Egypt. And again, the litmus test or the point to judge them is group stage. Progressing from group stage. It happened in Egypt when we were eliminated by Senegal eventually. Hopefully this time around it will happen again. And surprise, that's the end of my starter.
When you say it's surprise,
you thought I was starting another one.
I started looking at you like, this guy. But a good surprise, I should say.
Good.
A very good surprise. Also to put it, or to clarify that we're still struggling to find Clive. So if you're around Qatar and you see a light skin
and there's good
gentleman.
network. But I suspect he's looking for a hotel for Wi-Fi. Could be.
You know, there are some Uganda Premier League teams that do well when the team is doing badly financially. So Clive is doing well. That might be the problem.
Before we get into our fantastic guest tonight, all the way from Guinness, I need us to clear off this mini topic regarding the Ghana Premier League. Not many. Don't quote me wrong. I know someone's going to say, since when did the Ghana is the country's top flight league? Yes, but for the sake of tonight, we're going to get into it quite fast. First of all, Andrew, let's start with Vipers. They played their first game in the Ghana Premier League on Saturday. Luckily for them, they start on a positive note, edging Entebbe UPPC 1-0, goal from Karim Watambala. But guess who they face next? KCCA.
Yeah.
I worry they don't seem like they're firing yet. It is expected. Maybe they haven't recovered from the exit from the CAF Champions League. But they have a game against KCCA. And they know that game will need them to do everything right.
I think their opening game against UPPC after the chaos that started the league, and of course them being engaged in the CAF Champions League, that's the best result they could have got to start the season. Because after all they've been through, all they needed was 3 points. How they came, it didn't matter much. But of course it was also a good goal, started and finished off by Karim Watambala. Alan Okello didn't play that game, but there were quite some beautiful images, footage after, where Alan Okello, that's the goal there. Karim, no?
No. The goal comes from a cross by Yunus Sentamu, a low cross, and then Watambala.
After Yunus seeing off, Mustafa Muju's like, like he was non-existent. And
of course a game involving several OBs of each other, several players who know each other. It's just a new name, UPPC, like Eman said the other day. So eventually, Abdallah Mubiru, they are seeing that.
That's the goal.
And the
fantastic run from Karim Watambala.
So that's all they needed. Not 3-0, not 4-0 to get started. Now, KCC on the other end put up quite some scoreline, 4-2 against Calvary. They were ruthless. In the first half, they were 3-0 up. Evan Ahimbisiwe, Umar Lutaro, and of course Nana Kwikiriza. Halftime 3-0. But of course, Calvary attempted that comeback, and it was quite close until Herbert Achai headed in to make it 4-2 and win that. But that's the best they could have prepared for the game against Vipers. That game is on Friday, and it's quite a blockbuster. Forget what has happened before. It's a game. And why I was happy in match day 5-6, why I was happy is because of the chaos that started the season. Finally, we are now talking football, and the goals are coming in. We are not talking about all the other games, of course, but goals did come through. Villa, Buhimba, and all. At least their goals, and now it's the goals and football playing. And if we wanted a big game to really kick us off in this season, that's the game. The previous ones happened when we were still on Elo, Express, KCC, Villa, but this is the game for me.
Okay, all right. That game is coming up this very week as match day 6 of the Ghana Premier League takes center stage. But also Manzi, the other match day 6 is coming along with some really, really good fixtures. The other one being SC Villa, who will be hosting Chitara at the Fufa Stadium in Kadiba. SC Villa coming to this one on the back of a 3-0 win of another Hoimat side in Buhimba. So looks like they let me not really get ahead of myself, but they're hosting Chitara. That should be a big game. Chitara have also since registered some wins against Mbarara City, so they're firing, you should say, and they're coming to the Fufa Stadium in Kadiba to come up against an SC Villa team that, from what we've seen so far, they look like they're going to be one of the teams to beat this season. Yeah,
and they must be in the title race. If you look at how they are playing, the kind of football that they play, the goals are coming in. It's not easy to go to a stadium that is grass. If you look at the pitches that we have in Uganda, and you score 3 goals. So they were able to do that against a good Chitara team that has loads of experience, rather Buhimba, that has some really good players and who are top of the table just not so long ago.
Champions of the
champions of the new format. But I think that Villa have what it takes, because you look at the options that they have. Players like Charles Wanga were not even in this game. But
Regan Pande carrying the day.
Regan Pande carrying his form from the Chan team, now a good part of the Uganda Cranes side, and you can see what he brings to the table. So I think it will be an interesting game. You fancy Villa. If you are going to fight for the title, they've got to make sure that Kadiba is a tough place to go for all the teams that visit. And Police went and you would say took the game to them, but were able to get the victory in the end. So you expect an interesting encounter between the two sides. Chitara is one of those that you would say in the last 2 seasons that they've been around, they've attempted to have a go at the championship, but without any success. So an interesting game it should be, and I fancy Villa to go toe to toe with whoever is trying to win the league this season, not because of the name Sports Club Villa, but the football they are playing is very good, and they have the players. They've not even needed someone like Patrick Kakande to kick a ball, but you can see that they are doing whatever they need to get results anywhere that they go this season.
Okay, fantastic. And you know, you speak about Chitara, they also come into this one with some confidence, because they did thump Lugazi 4-0. Before that, they had registered a win against Mbarara City. So you think them coming into this game against SC Villa, they have done what they need to do to get those results, but most importantly, be confident coming into that game against SC Villa. That is also part of match day 6 of the Uganda Premier League. Those are not the only games. NEC will be up against Bull. Ideally, it should be a good one as well, but it looks like a goalless draw. But there's plenty of action that is coming up.
Is that your prediction?
No.
We shall get there.
There's plenty of action coming up in match day 6 of the Uganda Premier League. So we're going to have the night lights, and when we do return, we have a fantastic guest all the way from Guinness speaking to us about Guinness's match days live experience. Do stay with us, but here is night lights.
We start off in Kenya, where Premier League champions Police FC have confirmed former SC Villa coach Dusan Stojanovic as their new head coach. The Serbian was unveiled to the media on Sunday evening at Police Sacco Stadium after their 0-0 draw with booster Rangers. The club hopes his experience will help them defend their league title. Back home in Uganda, there was excitement in the Varsity Sevens rugby series as Victoria University Sharks clinched the Chambogo Sevens title, beating UMU Nkozi 31-10 in the final. With this win, Victoria University completed the season unbeaten across all circuits, making it 3 consecutive championship titles. Staying in Uganda, the Finance Trust Bank Women's Super League saw Kampala Queens move closer to the top of the table after commanding a 5-0 win over Olila High School at Philippo Mondi Stadium in Lugogo. The win lifts the Queens to 11 points from 5 games, just 2 points behind leaders Kawempe and She Cranes. And finally, the 2025 Maseza Cup once again lived up to its reputation as a grand celebration of talent, culture and community spirit, bringing together fans in a display of belonging and cultural pride. Amid the festivity, Buekula wrote their name into Maseza Cup history on Saturday after defeating Singo to claim their first ever championship title, capping off a memorable campaign filled with grit and belief.
Particularly capturing what we are unable to capture in the show, because like I said, sports is a gift that keeps giving. So there is always plenty, and we just can't do it all in this 1 hour and 40 minutes or there. So, but joining us on set now, Sheila Mugisha, a sales representative from the UBL. Sheila, good evening and welcome to the show.
Good evening.
First time you are on Sport Nights?
Yeah.
Okay, good to have you. Good to have you. We start off with the saying thank you for sponsoring this show. We do appreciate. It's the reason these gentlemen look the way they look. So that explains the smiles on their faces. You can see from Emanzi, and so we are super excited to have you on the show. To get into it straight, what do you have for us in store this weekend?
Yeah, Sheila Mugisha is my name. I'm also excited to be here, and we're all away from Guinness to here, and Guinness is the sponsor for the EPL. Yeah, so I'm just bringing to you the experience of football, because we know that this is the season, the season that we are on. Everyone is watching football, so we're bringing the whole experience here.
Okay.
Yeah, so it will be at Tails Lounge in Bukoto, and it will be on Sunday. That is 9th, right? Yeah, 9th. And we are going to have 5 matches, beginning with 4 of them. Then we'll start at 5. Then we shall be having the big one, the Man City and Liverpool. I know you cannot relate. But,
Sheila, you need to mention that you are a Man City fan.
You might not be relating to it, but it is well. So we shall be having that match starting at 7:30 p.m.
Okay. Yeah. From what you have, from the match day live experiences that you have carried out so far, how are they changing the experience for the English Premier League fans? What are you seeing from them?
Okay, how it is right now, it's more of a party than just watching. Football has always been watching on your small TVs at home or going to
the Chibanda.
The Chibanda.
Yeah.
So now we are bringing the whole. It's just not more than. It's not just that Chibanda feeling, but it's now more than a party where you have to put on. Or
I'm being informed that Justin, her mic is muted. Maybe. Yeah, her mic is muted. They are not hearing. We can be talking about the previous experience as they work on it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
As they get into that, we'll be discussing more with Sheila. Of course, she's still on set. We'll be sorting that in just a bit. There is plenty to speak about. I've been part of those experiences, and I'll be sharing my thoughts in just a minute after Sheila is done, speaking to us about the matchday live. But also, I've been told that the lost human being has been found. Okay, fantastic work from our team in Qatar to try and find him. Clive, Karim, is he alive? Is he okay? Is he?
Suspects.
You look like you. Where are you coming from, first of all?
He's also muted. There's a muting disease tonight.
Excuse you?
About not having a bat anymore, you have to worry. But I'm alive and well. I've not appeared. We just have a few technical glitches, and happy to join you guys this evening on the show.
Clive is alive and well. Good to have him. We'll be joining Clive in just a minute. So we hope we are now set with Sheila so that we continue with the discussion regarding Guinness's match day live experiences. Like I was saying, I've been part of a few and I'll be sharing my thoughts. I think it's a good place to be. It's vibes on vibes. But Sheila, you are still speaking to us about how fans are embracing these match day live experiences. How is it going?
So we've had plenty of them. So here it's no longer the Chibanda thing that we are talking about, but it's more than a party where you have to put on your jerseys and regardless from which team you are, so you just come join and you support that team that is playing at that time. So remember, in all those things that we are doing, we have a cold Guinness. Yeah, we have a cold Guinness that is there, and we have where we have to win the prizes. We have very many prizes that you have to win. So it's so exciting. It's not only just watching, it's just a party. It's just like, and
beyond just football.
Exactly. Banter. Banter.
Exactly. Like it's something that you would look forward to. You get it? Yeah. That's the whole experience that we have. Yeah.
Now speaking about this weekend, I know we've spoken about how we have a whole long list of games, to look forward to, from the 4 that start at 5 leading up to the big one for the day. But what's so special about this weekend, away from the games? Because, the games, if you're a football lover, football always serves. But what's very special about this weekend from Guinness?
So one, I talked about the prizes. So we give you a chance to predict which teams are going to win. So your predictions give you the chance. Actually, the biggest of it all, you have even the chance to go and watch live in UK. So what else do you need?
So Sheila, can we have our predictions today count for Sunday?
We follow the
so we just follow up on Sunday.
Already.
So when you come there at the pitch, rather at the lounge where we shall be, let the predictions be there, because let's make them from there. Because you may change your mind now.
It's still early.
It's still early for you to say it, but you may stand a chance to watch live in the UK.
Sheila, when you say you stand a chance to watch a game live in the UK, is that all expenses cleared on Guinness?
Exactly.
My job is to just show up.
Just predict,
win,
show up.
Every single day the
passport.
You need a passport.
The passport is yours, my friend. The passport is yours. By the time you come for these things, the passport is secured.
Sheila, again, just to clarify, because I know that many people watching and they're thinking, away from Manzi's chaotic things of passport, I have my passport. Everything else to the UK, watching the game and coming back to Kampala is on Guinness after I've won the prediction.
We made pick even from your home. So everything is at Guinness. Predict, win.
But Sheila, okay, I'm home watching you right now. What do I need to access the venue where you're on Saturday? And what time?
So the matches are starting at 5 p.m.
Okay.
The 4th. So it is up to you to come at 4. So that you find all the matches.
Do you have to pay to enter?
No. It is free entry. Just grab yourself a Guinness beer.
And to enter the draw, for you to predict, do you need to buy beer or anyone that is in the bar?
When you are in the bar, you have a Guinness, right?
Yes.
So you stand the chance to do the prediction. So it is when you buy the beer. Okay, sometimes when you go to the bar, the beer may be up there, but now the beer is at a very low price. Think about a Guinness
straight from the source.
Exactly. Think about a Guinness at a very fair price.
And yet when you buy that Guinness at a very fair price, you also stand a chance to win
and go to the UK.
That trip is not getting out of my head, let me be very honest.
When you want something too much, actually it doesn't happen. So Guinness, first tone down, go enjoy. Maybe it might happen when you least expect.
What did you call Guinness though?
I called someone Guinness.
Yeah.
I meant Justine.
But Sheila, as we close this one off, I know we've spoken about so many things. The fact that the beers will be at a lower price than usual. The fact that whoever goes to Tails Lounge on Sunday stands a chance to win a trip to the UK.
I have friends in the running community who live for Guinness. I think I'm going to let them know.
And if it's someone who, I don't want to say who tags, but whose consumption is at a very good speed, that means the chances are even way more. But Sheila, as we close this one off, one more time, what is that one message you want to leave with the fans of the English Premier League? We all know that Guinness is a sponsor of the English Premier League. The fans of Guinness as well, as they make their way to Tails Lounge on Sunday. What is that one thing you want them to know as they make their way? If it means them telling their families to give them all the blessing, please tell them so that they come with the blessings.
So ever since you were born, have you ever watched football on the wheels?
Football on the wings.
Wheels.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did, but it was still with Guinness.
I did.
That is the first experience.
You might be staff. I think I need to go and see myself.
No, I think they had the same thing last season.
Yes, but this is more than for the last season. This is bigger.
Okay.
So first of all, we are looking at watching football on the wheels. You have a very cold Guinness. You know, we have, when you're pouring the Guinness, you just chill it, you tilt and pour. So that whole experience, and putting aside the gifts that you're going to win, what you're looking up to is also the UK trip. What you're looking up to are the gifts, instant gifts which will be there at that time. Why not tell your grandmother to pray for you?
You need all the blessings.
You need all the blessings.
Yeah, at this rate, yes we do. Yes we do, because even for myself, I think I need that blessing to get that trip to the UK. Otherwise. So then I'll be joining Sport Nights live from the UK, courtesy of Guinness.
Let's pray for you, Guinness.
So you just have to tell a friend, and tell your neighbor, tell that person, bring your girlfriend. Yeah, everyone for the match, because they have to experience this. It is something that everyone has to look forward to.
When you say
You've
bring your
given
girlfriend,
this man a big task.
Shila, when you say bring your girlfriend, there's a way a man's looked at Andrew, but the man can also bring your wife.
I live like
stone
2
throw.
minutes away
From Tales
that
Lounge.
place.
Yeah.
So really?
Yeah.
Okay, there you have it. Sheila, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sunday is the day we are speaking about. You have a chance to watch, some fantastic football. And I've been at Tales, fantastic screens. It's a good vibe. It's banter, it's food, it's drinks, it's Guinness. It's every good vibe you can imagine. But most importantly, plenty of gifts to win courtesy of Guinness, but also not forgetting the fact that you could win yourself an all-cleared trip to the UK to watch your favorite team play in the English Premier League. It doesn't get better than that, does it? Don't forget, we have 3 poll questions that are already up on our social media platforms. We are asking that you head over there and share your thoughts. One is about the JKL Lady Dolphins, the other is about the NAM Blazers, and the other is about the Uganda Cubs, who will be taking part in the FIFA Under-17 World Cup that starts in Qatar today. After the break, we'll be diving into that, but most importantly, our other guest tonight will be making her way on set to speak about everything to do with JKL and how they managed to win their 5th championship or trophy just yesterday. So much to look out for. Keep it. All right, welcome back. You're still watching NTV Sport Nights, this 3rd day of November 2025. Thank you so much for making the time. Earlier on, we did speak about a number of things. I have already shared the poll questions that are already up on our social media platforms, so we would like you to head over there and share your feedback. In just a few minutes from now, I'll start checking out your feedback on a couple of topics that we'll be discussing. We also had a fantastic guest, Sheila from Guinness, to speak to us about Guinness's Match Day Live. This Sunday, our roads will be leading to the Tales Lounge in Bokoto for more of that. But as we speak, we have another guest on set, fresh champion around town, fresh from winning the Women's National Basketball League. Okay, Zaina Lokwameri, all the way from the JKL Lady Dolphins. Zaina, good evening, welcome to the show. How are you doing? Super excited to have you here.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
You're right. Zaina, you don't sound like a champion. If it were me, I don't think I would be sounding like that. But maybe, is it a case of you doing this over and over and over?
No, I'm excited. I'm excited, yes.
Okay, good to have you. And thank you so much for bringing us that fantastic trophy. You can see how Manzi and Andrew are looking at it.
Yeah. It feels safer being far away from you.
It is secure here.
I think you can.
But how about you didn't carry the medal?
No, I didn't carry them.
Oh, okay. But this is enough. So.
How are you feeling? What has the season been like?
We've had a really tough season. We've had a lot of challenges this year. People's timetables, people have other things to do. So we've not been together as a team most of the season. Most of the senior players had other commitments. So, and then now playoff comes and we have to get together as soon as possible and regroup and make sure we get this. So yeah, it's not been an easy season, but we're happy that we're able to pull it off.
Yeah. When you finished that game yesterday, and we all know how it ended, 69-68, when that 3-pointer from Ronda Najita dropped, Zaina, did you even remember to check, how much more time was left? Or in that moment you were thinking, goodness me, we have to make sure we win this game?
Once we secured the rebound, like the inbound came in I knew we had taken the game because we had 9 seconds in play before she made the shot. So I knew we had it.
Speak to us about the journey from the regular season. I know you've hinted on the fact that you know, it's been a tough one. A couple of players, senior players, committed here and there. You find yourselves in playoffs, and all of a sudden you have to be a team. But take us through the regular season. You joining the JKL Lady Dolphins, first of all, that move, and then what kind of team did you find? And you're settling in, and now managing to win this beautiful trophy with the team.
I'm not new in JKL. I was there earlier, I think in 2020, the year of the COVID issue. So joining the team, I've played with them before. Some of them on the national team. The majority of the players, I've been with them. Some of them at UCU. And then now we put a blend of the younger players. So when I thought of joining a competitive team, then I thought JKL would be a good option. So yeah, when I decided to join, then there are a couple of players there that have experience. There's two. When you talk JKL, it's experience. That's like the biggest strength we have. So it's easy for me to deal with experienced players because now we're talking basketball. We know what everyone is accountable. You get it. So yeah. Then we also have some young players. There's a blend of some young players here and there. But generally playing, as long as someone understands and can play basketball, it's not so difficult.
And Emanzi and Andrew will be coming in just a bit. You hint on the fact that when you speak about JKL, it's experience, but away from experience, it's quality.
Quality.
You drop names and you're like, goodness me, how are we even debating which team is going to win the championship? So I know you hint on the fact that basketball is about being accountable, but when you walk into a team that has that experience and that quality, Zaina, it must be so competitive in there, you don't blink.
Yeah, like you mentioned a very important point. There's quality. We have depth in our team. We have, I could say we have the best team on paper or in the league. But that comes with, you know, when you play with players that are experienced and then they also have quality. I know what I bring on the table, and we know what Flash will bring on the table. So there's no competition there. Like, oh, this. No, we know when it's your time, it's your time. When, you know, so that makes it easier for us because there's a day you come in and somebody else is doing so well, but you find us happy for each other and say, okay, today is our day, let us shine. And that's something that comes with experience. When you're a younger player, you will not understand that maybe today I'm off or something like that. But senior players will get it. Today it's her day, let us shine. So with the quality we have, we don't really have that kind of competition with us, but we just assume that today Izena gives her best. That's what we say. Give your best. Give us what we know. Your strength. We just want your strength. So everyone contributes.
Okay. Andrew.
Congratulations again, Zaina. We were here before the playoff started and we were making predictions, and we all thought you guys would run away with it. But then the game one comes, all due respect to JT, I mean they're in the final for a reason, but did they surprise you? I want you to be like, did they surprise you? Were you guys surprised by how they showed up in game one? And two, what are the conversations that you guys had after that game one, far away from us?
Okay, if you've been following JKL quite closely, last season UCU won the first 2 games in the finals. And then the previous year they also lost, I think, 2 games in the finals, something. So it wasn't something new that they were more prepared. They're a very well prepared team. They are very organized, you know. So when we came for that game, they were more prepared than us. We just gave it to them. So after the game, when we were in the locker room, of course, the coaches didn't make a big deal. We said, we lost the basketball game, that's fine. We have 6 games to go. So when we go to the locker room with the team, we have a small huddle and we're like, you know what? These guys, we can't give them momentum. So let's come for the next game and start from there. So it wasn't too much of just say, okay, fine, I've taken this game, let's regroup for the next one. But it was something that people are familiar. It's not something new that shocked us. Oh, no. We just said, oh, we've lost a game, considering we're from a very tough semi-final against UCU. So mentally we were set for it. We're not surprised or shocked.
And that's where your experience comes in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Emanzi?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all for me at least, I knew that JKL would win the championship. The rest would be the details of how have they done it and all that. But from the word go, I thought they played their final in the semi-finals against UCU, which is somehow always a tough customer for JKL. Every time they've met in series, even when she was at UCU, yeah, it's always close between the two sides. And of course, not taking anything away from the JT Lady Jaguars, but when you look at the two teams, JKL and JT, I think it's very easy for you to say that if nothing happens, the winner is really, it's just one team that is going to win this series, and that is JKL. The quality of players that they have, the experience in there, and the know-how. JT were in the finals for the first time. They had never been to the finals, and I think they've had a good season. I think they beat JKL in the opening game of the season, if you remember, and got one win in the finals. But I think ultimately you cannot say it's down to them failing. It's more of JKL being a stronger team and correcting the mistakes that they might have made in game one after that loss. So I think overall, you look at that team that has Hope Akelo, and on the other side you look for someone that is going to match up with her and give you the same numbers that she does, and it's very tough to find anyone in this league that is going to match up with Hope Akelo. And that's why she was named the MVP. That's why she was the top scorer in the league, the top rebounder, and top everything. Surprisingly, not the MVP of the regular season, even after all the records that you mentioned. So I think JKL were always going to win this, and JT, I believe, are going to be here for a while. It helps that you have more teams coming into this. KIU were in the finals for the first time, I think 2 years ago. Now you have JT going to the finals. UCU will always be there fighting. So you can see that the competition in the women's division has really gone up, but
Look
JKL.
I was going to say, look at Zaina celebrating on screen.
Yeah, and Shadia, who I think has been a very big part of this team. You look at, I saw her in game 5 against UCU.
Look at that, my boy.
Late in the game, her contribution, I think, has been huge for JKL. So the depth, for me, I think, made the difference when push came to shove, and JT just didn't have answers.
You also speak about the leadership and everything. You've been playing basketball for quite some time here in the country, from UCU to the different teams you've gone through. When you look at when you started and where the women's game is now, do you think we are on the right track, or how happy are you with the progress we are making? If there is any progress for you, that is.
Definitely there is progress. There is progress. There's a lot of young players out there that are skilled. And yeah, there's progress in women basketball for sure. Yeah.
And maybe to point out that I mentioned that JT are in the finals for the first time. You had Magic Stormers beating KCCA and going to the semi-finals for the first time, I believe. And you see that the finals are not, at some point before JKL came up, you knew that UC would be playing KCCA in the finals. I think that changed. The A1s, of course, fell off, but now I believe you have like 5 teams that you think will come and actually give you a good game. You saw that even in the semi-final series between UCU and JKL, you were able to get a good crowd. There were no men's games, but just that competition between UCU and JKL was able to give you a good crowd in Lugogo. So if you're asking if there is progress on the women's side, I believe there is a lot of it, because right now I don't think any of us can predict which teams will be in the finals next season. JT have showed you that they can get here. JKL are here. UC will always be in the mix.
Magic Stormers might say us.
Magic Stormers might put it a notch higher. KCC have a good team, even if they were beaten in the quarterfinals. So I believe the level has gone up a bit the last few years, and I just hope that they maintain. I would want to see JT pushing this match maybe every yeah. And then you know that it is not a guarantee which team will be in the finals. Yeah.
And maybe Emanzi, you watch quite a number of women basketball.
Yeah.
Do all teams have their names at the back of the shirts?
No.
Now, talking of organization, you watch a men's final series, and clearly, I mean, Oilers, I'm thinking they should have their names on the shirt. I'm thinking Blazers should have, because that's a source of pride, but it also shows how organized the team is. You look at the JKL Dolphins and you're like, they look the part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's one of the other things when you talk of leadership and organization. I think it's got to come down to the guys in charge of the team.
Yeah,
because it's only neat that you let fans identify you when you're playing.
Yeah,
and if it's all Oilers and it's all JKL with no names, I mean, because this is a season and you have a kit for the season. Things are not going to change that much if they change. So that's one of the things I think might be other clubs. It's not going to win games, yes, but you get what I mean, the branding and all,
Very
now
good.
that branding, you actually brand better than NBL, because if you ask me, I think the trophy ceremony could be better. It looked like a by the way yesterday. The banners struggled to come out, then finally they did 2 of them for the sponsors, and I'm like, what's happening? Then finally, of course, as we got into the grill, Mark Sally had to come, the CEO of NBL as well. So I think the organizers can do better. You said there's been an improvement in
just to cut you short a little bit. We have that trophy ceremony from yesterday. So I think important that we have that video so that we can see how whatever you're saying, how it really. Every time a player was put aside to do an interview, then the banner would be carried that side. And I'm thinking
you can only show value for these people who have played their hearts out all season. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Well, she told me that the trophies are much better, the plaque, the medals are much better, but they can be better. Much better. So show value to your products. Yeah, there you go. Someone asked me, I don't know where this trophy came from. I want to name where they get them from, but the truth is, there's an improvement, but it can get way much better, because that's the only way you show these people value for the hearts they put out there and for the struggle all through season. So at the end, let it not just be like a small thing where you hand over trophies and that's it.
For sure, you can go to different trophy handover ceremonies and you meet the same because it is not customized.
It needs to be distinct. Like this is the NBL.
The NBL has got to come up with the
there you have it.
The trophy.
That is the awarding ceremony. You can see, Flash and
a lot of Lakers and Celtics.
Looks honestly,
Anyway,
maybe next year we'll see.
It will be better. It will be better. But you hinted on, the JKL Lady Dolphins being smart. I mean, if you have a pool of these players, if you have Zaina, if you have Hopakelo, you have Flash.
I think the JKL Lady Jaguars are okay as well.
Yes, very okay as well.
Branding.
But it's down to. I mean, how are you going to make Zaina wear something that is clearly you're playing around with experience? But Zaina, I want us to get into, and this is we'll get back, to this trophy in just a bit. But for now, let's delve into the men's finals, because like I said, you have been watching. Zaina, you have been watching. I know you have been watching. You've been watching the finals, the men's finals that have been played between the Blazers and the City Oilers. We all know now that the Blazers, Freedom must be the happiest human being on planet Earth now. But we all know now that, like you can see on screen, that the Blazers are leading the series 3-2. They came from 2-0 down, and they're now leading the series. That must be game 5 that was played yesterday. And they're now leading the series 3-2. Zaina, what do you make of what you've seen so far in these finals?
I can't just write out City Oil. They're 10-time champions, and going into game 6, I don't know. I can't write them out yet. But Blazers has also picked up momentum, considering most of their players are senior players and they were in City Oil. They also know how to win. So there is that part. So I'm thinking if Blazers comes with the same mentality into game 6, they could seal it off. However, City Oil might actually know that their backs are on the wall, and you know when you play when you have nothing to lose, it's like the way the JT played against us yesterday. You know, when you have nothing to lose, say let's go for it, and you play well. So it's just between those two. That's my thought process. I'm thinking, I don't know which of them. If Oilers are coming all out, or Blazers is coming strong. Yeah.
But you speak about momentum. The fact that the NAM Blazers went 2-0 down, they managed to come back, and I think it goes back to what you just hinted on when you're playing and your backs are against the wall. Because at 2-0, you're thinking, looks like we just have to play, save face or something. So that explains probably their win to make it 2-1. But they go on and make it 2-2. They make it 3-2. You hint on the fact that the Blazers have momentum, but when you look at the chief tormentor yesterday, for example, James, Okello, former player for the City Oilers, we could go on with Grileba and Jimmy and Ivan Muwezi. The Blazers will come into Game 6 knowing that they have to finish it there. If they push it to Game 7, it becomes a bigger problem.
Yeah.
So then there is nothing to give them better momentum than that Game 6. Considering they have wanted to beat the City Oilers for quite some time. Emanzi, you look at the NAM Blazers. I did see someone who was saying that Clive said there was no way out for them after they went down 2-0. We'll be getting to Clive, so he clarifies. But do you believe, first of all, that they're now leading the series 3-2?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I think from a week is very long in sport. And from last week, we left when it was 2-0. And I said it would be very important that the Blazers win Game 3.
Yeah.
And of course, after that, you know that there's momentum that has swung, is now on your side, and you can start playing. So I believe that from the word go, I hope they will not be as careless as this in the next game, because that can easily go in and you have a tight game and go for overtime. So that was a bit careless from James Okello with the last few seconds of the game. But I think before the series started, we all agreed that the Blazers were the better team. And we know how they got into that 2-0 difference. The fact that we were here and talking about things that were happening off the court and not on the court. I believe the players were not in the right frame of mind to play Game 1 because I understand that until about 3 p.m. that day, the players were not sure if they were going to play Game 1 or not.
5:15
yeah,
p.m.
And then later on they come into the game, and that Game 1 loss is definitely on the management of the team and how they handled the entire situation. But of course, you give Oilers a bit of momentum. They have some good players in there, and they take Game 2. And I thought in Game 3 the Blazers just couldn't go down, and they had a weapon that they didn't have in the first 2 games. That is Tony. You saw all the games were a bit close until the last stages of the 4th quarter, and where you needed someone to manage and direct traffic, they didn't have that person. I thought Tony did that very well in the 2 games that they won first, and then obviously yesterday. So I always thought that the Blazers had the talent to go against Oilers and eventually win. Whether they would, how they plan to start the series is what baffled everyone. That you can have chaos around FUBA and whatever you want to say, but it should not be. It should not get into the heads of the players, and they've got to be locked in for a series like this. So the start was terrible, but I think I would blame that on the management of the team.
Okay.
So when the players, there is no question that they have the talent to win, and that's what we've seen in the last 3 games. Of course, the addition of Tony, him coming back into the team, has changed everything for the Blazers.
Okay.
I think just to pick on from him, without Tony, I worry we could have witnessed a sweep because how do Blazers come back? He comes in Game 3 and suddenly they come on court. He has the ball and everything else is still. He has a lens that scans just about everything on court. Now yesterday he wasn't as fiery as the last 2 games, but still he shows you that he directed the game. And you worry if you're Oilers that if he didn't come through, now he's coming through on Wednesday. Now, The big difference between Oilers now and NAM Blazers now is NAM Blazers now have the players that know how to do it.
Yeah.
And also, they have an extra incentive that they need to get back at the paymaster, former paymaster. Because you could see, I think there's where Ivan Muhwezi made a basket and he had to celebrate himself, and Haji saw him, and the scenes were quite interesting. And then, of course, at the end of the match, at the end of the game, he had to come and, you know, shake hands with Haji as well. So it's clear. Now, for Blazers, if they really want to win the championship, they're first. If they really want to join hands with the rest of Ugandans who want to end the they need to sort this business on Wednesday. I fear for them if they postpone it to Friday, because you do not want to put that trophy in front of someone who wants it for the 11th time, and they know they are playing against the world on Friday. Sort the business on Wednesday and immediately at full time release a letter or a press statement to a coup de grace of true NAM Blazers style. Release a statement about winning the title and also declare that the champion, there's been a coup and it's official. We have new leadership in town. Have it out. We shall share the statement on X. True NAM Blazers style. And then on Friday we have other business to do on Friday.
I think you mentioned that KCCA versus Vipers.
It's on Friday. We shall be
Friday.
Yeah.
So we have things.
So NAM Blazers, we need to solve business
on Friday.
Otherwise, we'll get into your crowd.
Let's go through some of the comments, and we have 3 poll questions that are up. One is about the JKL Lady Dolphins. One is about the NAM Blazers, and the other is about the under-17 team, the Uganda Cubs. We'll be getting to that in just a bit. We start off with the one about the NAM Blazers, starting off with Danieko, who says the return of Tony Drileba in crucial Game 3 shifted the momentum for the Blazers. His experience and leadership were vital at both ends of the court, which will propel them to their first ever championship title. We have Bule John, who says, I'm sure Tony Drileba will take this title for the Blazers. Mawanda Deogracia says, Blazers are in fine form and believe they will be winning this. There you have it, some of the comments regarding the NAM Blazers. And, you know, we did ask who we think or who you think is going to be you know, winning when it does come to the NAM Blazers. And then I do have a message for Zaina from Twitter. This is Ilokoli Things, who says, Zaina, I am glued to the screen simply for you. Anyway, and
we have several messages for Zaina.
Exactly, I wanted to say that you were reading out messages that had started coming in for Zaina even before we came on air.
This is actually very direct from Huntington, from the sports minister at Buganda Kingdom. He just said, please tell Zaina I said hi.
Okay.
So I don't know how you know each other, but that's a message.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There is still so much to speak about. But Zaina, we want to see you off. First of all, thank you so much for making the time. Thank you for bringing...
You are letting her go before she predicts Wednesday?
No. Of course. I'm still, you know...
She doesn't support dictatorship.
Justin, I know we fight, but I have one more question for her.
Go on.
Thank you very much. So Zaina, beyond basketball, what are you doing? We need to inspire people. We need to show people a path to glory or failure, those who want to do sport. So beyond basketball, what are you and what are you doing?
Beyond basketball, I'm an accountant.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Good stuff.
Fantastic. Always interesting when we see you running on courts. And, you know, we tend to imagine that, you know, every time someone is running and they say I'm an accountant, you're like, wait a minute. And it's always interesting. But now that Andrew hints on that, just out of imagination, on you know, when you wake up and you want to have a good time, away from basketball, away from books and accounting, what is your good time? What is your ideal good time?
Netflix.
Oh. There you have it. But Zaina, first of all, thank you for making the time. Thank you for bringing this beautiful trophy, freshly won just yesterday. We do not take this for granted, really. Thank you so much and making the time. We assume you had celebrations throughout the entire night. Many messages coming in. So we love and appreciate that you managed to spare some time and come here. So we'll put you on the spot as we close this off on Wednesday. Blazers or Oilers?
Just one thing, something small.
Okay.
We are having a ladies basketball tournament. It's called the Katie Rach tournament on 22nd of this month. Yeah, so it's going to be the 4th edition. We always have it just to celebrate ourselves, women in sport. Yeah, so on 22nd, please show up at Lugogo.
Of this month.
Yeah, 22nd.
I was there last year.
And it's always a good time, by the way.
I will be there this year.
All right.
Katie,
Yeah.
that's the stuff I want.
Yeah.
Beyond the game.
Yeah.
After you are no longer having those needs.
Yeah.
What do you do? And inspiring the young ones. So, Katie, that's a good one. Hopefully, I'll be there.
Yeah. So it's always a good time. Always a fantastic time. I've been there before. Are you going to be a captain? Or?
Yes, I have a team. I've always had a team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And there's good money to win as well, right?
Yeah, some good money. And this time we made it a bit nice, so we're going to have an all-star team for the men. We'll have the Team Uganda and then versus the Team International for the best male on both sides. So I want to involve the men in that way. Yeah. Yes.
Very important. Very important.
Yeah.
So as we close this off, Zaina, we are not letting you go. Wednesday, Blazers, Oilers.
Who is winning and why Blazers?
Can I feel?
Blazers oil.
Blazers oil, eh?
Who is winning on Wednesday and why Blazers?
Blazers will win.
Okay. Blazers. How you did it. Yes. At least you can also predict that at least both teams will be present.
All right, Zaina, thank you so much. I cannot say thank you for, honoring our invitation and coming through late in the night. It's never easy. We know. So we do appreciate big time when you spare your minutes and come through for this great conversation. And one more time from NTV Sport Nights, huge congratulations. Yeah. Special. We take a very short break. Do we have a break in there? Okay, we take a very short break. When we do return, we'll be speaking to, I hope we'll get to Clive, because we sent him to Qatar to speak about the Under-17 FIFA World Cup. So how do we wake up and you have disappeared? We can get a hold of you. Okay, we'll touch on that just a little bit before we get into the Champions League action coming up this week and so much more. Keep